hope you're all doing well. So today is going to be a first impression review on two new products that recently just came out. The Bourjois 123 Perfect CC Cream. Now they do already have the foundation. This is the foundation that they have. So it's pretty much the same concept as the foundation, where it's supposed to correct pigmentation on your skin and whatnot, and this is the CC Cream version. This only came out, I believe, about a week ago. I bought mine at Priceline and it retails for about $24. The concealer, I believe, was about $18. Bourjois is one of my favourite brands at Priceline at the moment. They just have really great products. They have really good quality blushes and shadows, and the foundations are really decent too. So I'm going to give these products a try and see how they work. So if you want to see my thoughts on these products, then just keep watching. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's in a squeezy tube, and this holds 1 fluid ounce, which is your basic amount for just a normal foundation as well. And the lid just comes off, and it's just in a little squeezy tube. The eye cream is quite pretty too. It's just in a little normal concealer tube. The applicator is a bit strange. It's just in like this plastic, kind of like a lip gloss type of applicator, and you just twist it from the bottom, and then the product comes out through the plastic and comes out the hole here. So I'm just going to take some of this into a little container, roughly about that much. I'm first going to moisturise with my Neutrogena oil-free moisture. And prime my skin with the Models Prefer Liquid Light Brightening Primer. I'm also going to fill in my pores with the Bourjois File Perfection Translucent Smoothing Primer. I'm applying primer with this just because I'm going to wear this with a primer anyway if I end up liking it. So I don't really see the point in not using a primer with what I'm going to when I'm wearing it anyway. Sometimes foundations, BB creams, CC creams can wear differently when there's a product underneath them. So on the Bourjois website it says, at the heart of our breakthrough CC cream formula are 3 kinds of pigments to erase 3 types of imperfections with an airbrush action that erases all colour imperfections. Apricot for anti-fatigue, green for anti-redness, and white for anti-dark spots. Bourjois CC cream corrects dark spots, delivers 24-hour hydration, and is SPF 15. Discover our featherweight formula at an affordable price. And this did retail for about $24, and I got the shade Beige Clair number 32. The only thing I don't like about Bourjois is, especially in their foundations, they don't really have a wide range of shades. So someone with really dark skin can't buy Bourjois products because they don't have that colour skin tone for the foundations that they have. I'm a bit worried that this might be a little bit too dark for me because they didn't have the lightest one, and I usually go for the lightest one, but either way. So I'm just going to be applying this with a damp beauty blender, and I'm going to do one side of the face and leave the other side. So I'm just spotting this around, and you can tell that I do have some breakouts here. My skin has just been going crazy this week. And just press that into the skin. So it seems to have pretty good coverage. And it blends fairly easily. I'm pretty sure on this it says luminous complexion and smooth skin, so this might have a bit of a dewy finish, which I'm not too fussed with. I like dewy finish. So it does have pretty good coverage actually, I'd have to say. It seemed to cover up the freckles on my nose and on my forehead pretty well. I can see the redness in my blemishes have sort of been covered, but I can still see the discoloration of them though. But my skin does look very flawless. It's very easy to blend. And that's only pretty much just with one layer really. And I've still got about half the product still left as well. So I'll just show you really quickly. That's the side without the CC cream, and this is the side with. So you can see it's definitely even at my complexion. I don't really have any redness or anything, mainly just breakouts and freckles that I want to cover up really. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side of my face. Definitely seems to work very well at covering up my under eye circles. But it does blend really, really nicely, really effortlessly. So you don't have to put a lot of work into it, but I think a lot of that can come into play with the Beauty Blender because it's just so easy to use. It definitely feels like I'm wearing a product on my skin. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm not wearing anything. It feels sort of not itchy, but I can just feel it there, you know, I can feel it on my skin. So I've used all of the product that I squirted out from the tube. And up close, it doesn't seem to be sinking into my pores, although I did put a pore filler over the top, but even when I do use a pore filler, my pores do sort of show through still and foundation does stick into them, but it does look really, really nice. It definitely looks very, very luminous. I'm going to go ahead and apply the CC Eye Cream, and this one is in the shade 21 Ivory. I believe this was the lightest one, so this one just twists up and the product comes out of the tip. So this is a bit pinky toned, but I mainly want this just to highlight underneath my eyes. So I'm just going to be using the pointed tip of my Beauty Blender to blend that in. And it also blends in very easily. I don't really see this giving a lot of coverage. I mainly sort of see this for a highlighter underneath your eyes. I don't really think that this would give enough coverage to cover any blemishes that you have. But I am just going to apply some Maybelline Mineral Power concealer over the blemishes that I have on my chin. So it covered them, but you can still sort of see the redness of the blemish. It still sort of peeks through. But it does have very good coverage for a CC cream. So I'll just give you a quick close-up of how it looks. So it doesn't look very, it looks natural now, like it does kind of look like skin. It is very dewy. It's not tacky either, it kind of just feels smooth on the skin, but I can feel it on there. You know when sometimes if you use a really dewy foundation, your face sort of just kind of itches. You can feel the dewiness on your skin, if that makes sense. But it does have great coverage, and it covered up my freckles pretty well, and my blemishes as well. and it looks very nice. I mean, it looks very flawless, and I'm quite happy so far. It has great coverage. So I'm just going to apply the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. Alright guys, so I just finished doing my hair and makeup and I'm ready to give you my final thoughts on the Bourjois CC cream and the CC eye cream. So looking at it now after applying my powder and stuff, I did notice the coverage is worn off a tiny little bit just around the sides of my face here. I found it kind of difficult to blend in my contouring and blush, my highlight, but up close it looks really nice. It looks really flawless. It hasn't sunk into any of my pores. The eye concealer did settle into my fine lines, but I use a MAC Pro Longwear and it does that as well until I set it. As I said, it doesn't give very much coverage. It is basically just for highlighting really. I just don't see it being a very full coverage under eye concealer. I don't really think you could use it if you wanted to cover up some serious dark circles. But the CC cream for the face definitely does have a very luminous finish. The only part that I set with the powder was underneath my eyes, so the rest of my skin is very luminous. My final thoughts, I definitely wouldn't recommend this for people with extremely oily skin. I mean, you could give it a go and apply powder all over. I just think that throughout the day this would just make you look extremely oily. I'm pretty much only oily in my T-zone area, and I can just tell, like I can feel it. I can feel that the oils on my face are already like seeping through, and it's only been like 15 minutes since I put this on. But it does have a very nice luminous finish. It does look like dewy skin. It has great coverage. The under eye concealer I'm not too fond about. I think I would probably use this maybe over the top of my Pro Longwear for a bit more of a highlighting effect. But I don't hate this product, but I don't absolutely love it. I think this is the great product for people who have fairly flawless skin already. I mean, I feel like this would be a great product for people who are on the go just because it blends out so easily. It has great coverage. It looks very nice. Again, I don't really recommend it for people with really oily skin, maybe combination to oily, but whether or not you have, but even if you do have any type of oily skin, I definitely recommend setting your T-zone with a powder or where you mainly get oily. But I think this would be a great product for dry skin if you're looking for a really nice, quick and easy, blendable, dewy finish like foundation. This would be a great choice to go. It's relatively cheap. $24 isn't that bad, and it looks really nice on the skin. I think I'd sort of have to wear it a bit more to really see if it might oxidize throughout the day, but it doesn't look like it will. I mean, Bourjois is a pretty good brand. I think they're owned by Chanel, so I think they'd sort of figured out how not to make their foundations oxidize. But I do like it. I think it's really nice on the skin. I definitely think it looks really pretty and natural. Oily skin girls, give it a try, see how it goes for you. If you do have oily skin and you've tried this product, let me know in the comments below how it worked out for you. I'd love to know. But it's really pretty. It has great coverage, gives a nice dewy natural skin looking finish without applying a powder over the top, and it doesn't feel it feels kind of tacky. It doesn't feel like silky smooth soft, but my skin does feel a tiny bit sticky, but it's nothing too crazy. I think that this would transfer pretty easily as well, just because of how sort of dewy it is. I think it's a really nice option if you're looking for a nice dewy finish to a foundation and you need to cover up some redness. Again, it didn't fully cover up the redness of my blemishes, but it did a pretty decent job. So I'd give this a thumbs up. I do like it, mainly just for the finish that it gives. It's a really nice full coverage, but again, maybe not so great for oily skin girl. The concealer, again, I think it's mainly just for highlighting. I don't really think it'll do a great job for really bad under eye circles, but that's just my opinion. Hey guys, so I just wanted to give you a quick update on the CC cream and how it's been lasting for the past couple of hours. I am filming this on my phone just because it's really quick and simple, but I just wanted to give you an update. It's about almost, I think it's 11:30 now, and I applied this at about 8:30, I believe. So I've been wearing it for about 3 hours. The only thing I've done so far is drive like 20 minutes to get some breakfast, and that was pretty much it. It's kind of hot here, like it's not like intense or anything, but as you can kind of see, the coverage of it has sort of faded quite a lot. It just does not look as nice as when I first applied it. You can see the freckles on my forehead, on my nose especially. Some of the coverage on my chin and stuff has gone, and you can see it's quite dewy / oily looking. I mean, it doesn't look the best. I did apply a powder over the top of it when I left this morning because it was just a bit too shiny to look like a nice dewy finish. So I definitely don't think that this would be the kind of product for anyone with oily skin. It just comes off really, really easily. It just gets oily extremely quickly and kind of just wears away really, really quickly. It's just a lot of the coverage has gone, which I'm not too happy about. Like, I can barely even see my blush and bronzer like that. It just looks very patchy and not really a fan. I think maybe 2 layers of this maybe might give that extra bit of coverage for a bit longer, but yeah, if you're someone with oily skin, I just don't think that it would work very well. So that's just a little couple hours update. I don't suspect that this would last any better throughout the day. I just think this is one of those products. I just think it's one of those products it's not going to have long lasting power. It's just one of those things where if you're just running some errands for the day, or if you're just running up to the shop really quickly, then just apply this. You know, it's not really like a foundation that's going to last all day and look nice all day. So just wanted to give you guys a quick update. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. Let me know if you give these products a try, and let me know how they worked for you in the comments below. I will leave any links to any websites, all my social media as well will be in the description bar below. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.
Yeah.